Delighted to see you here, Mr. Elon Musk. You are here to participate on the conference we have on sustainable solution in the transport sector, part of the government's series of new conferences that are discussing the need we have to diversify our economy, but also become much greener.
Yeah.
And can I ask you if you want to give one or two advices to world leaders today?
Sure.
What should we do to make the world greener?
Absolutely. Well, it's really focusing on renewable energy sources, encouraging electric vehicles that then draw upon those renewable electricity sources. I think Norway is actually an excellent position on this because with hydropower and the potential for an expansion of hydropower, which I think can be done in a very sustainable way that doesn't negatively affect the environment, Norway has the potential, I think, a very bright future in energy because of the hydro potential. And I think Norway could actually end up supplying a significant percentage of Northern Europe's electricity demands. So I think that's what I'd recommend is saying, okay, how do we increase the amount of hydropower and maybe even tidal power? And although it may seem counterintuitive, even solar power. And then establish high-efficiency transfer lines to the rest of Europe. And I know a lot of this is already occurring, but to the degree that that can be amplified or increased, I think that would be wonderful. So I think people in Norway should feel very excited about having a phenomenal resource in sustainable power generation. And of course, Norway is the world leader in adoption of electric vehicles. So I think all Norwegians should be really proud of that fact.
Well, I think most Norwegians are proud of it.
Yeah.
They're, of course, happy owning of some of your produced cars.
I love Norway.
But I also think it's important to bring people into this discussion.
Yep.
Because
it varies by country as well. So Norway is perfectly positioned for sustainable hydropower. Other countries are well positioned for solar. Some are well positioned for geothermal. Iceland, for example, perfect for geothermal. So I'm actually, I'm feeling more optimistic about the future than I ever have. Yeah.
That's good, because in this debate there's often a lot of pessimism and doomsday discussions, and that makes people a little bit afraid. Is it really? And I think there's an part of people who would say that if it's difficult and things, we will refrain from participating in this because we hope that the change will be different. So how do you think we can engage more people in the discussion on how to become greener and how to make new industrial ideas to make it greener?
Well, I think first of all, it's sort of, I think it's sort of good reasoning, and it's kind of like the thing that your mom would tell you, which is, if something is difficult but important and necessary for the future, do it now. Don't do it later. Down the road, nobody will be sorry that they took early action, and lots of people will be sorry if they take late action. And climate is becoming increasingly serious. The number of people who are still climate deniers is smaller and smaller every year. The evidence mounts. February was the hottest month in the history of when we've been recording months. February this year.
And it's cheaper to do things now than it will be in 30, 40 years time.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. But we need also new great minds that can find the new solutions and ideas. And I said thank you very much because you're coming here. We are going to speak, both of us, later on the conference. It's going to be streamed live, or the whole conference. And I would very much like if people have ideas, suggestions, that they are putting up their suggestions on below this video.
Sounds good. Well, like I said, I really love Norway, and I'm deeply appreciative of the support of the Norwegian government, the Norwegian people, for electrification. You're leading the world, and you should be proud of that.
Thank you. I'll have to keep that in mind for the Norwegian discussions. Politics is always about doing even
Politics
more.
is tricky, yes. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Welcome very much to Norway.
All right, thank you. Bye.